The words you say and the way that you say those words determine how many clients you get from your content. That's it. In its most simple form, that is content creation for online business owners. The challenge is, of course, that speaking to camera is a skill in and of itself, and knowing what words to put together out of the 1,000,001 different variations that you can choose from is an unknown for people. So in this video, I'm going to show you what I think about when I'm creating content for my business and the kind of checklist that I go through in my mind each time I'm making a script for a video like this one. And for some context, in the last 30 days, I managed to collect over $90,000 for my online coaching business, just making videos like this. So without further ado, let's get stuck into this. And the first point that I want to cover is something that I learned in the British Army many years ago. And it's that prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. And this carries over to every aspect of your life, but in particular with content creation. The biggest mistake that business owners can make with their content is not preparing in advance. So whether or not you decide to read from a teleprompter, a script, or rehearse what you're going to say. In this instance, I've literally just got some bullet points up on the screen next to me here that I want to cover, and I'm riffing on those bullet points. No matter what approach you want to take, you have to prepare in advance. Now, what most business owners do, and I hope this isn't you, dude, watching this video, but what most people do is they wake up of a morning, they go, shit, I haven't got content to post today. What should I post? And they are scrambling, pulling ideas out of their backside last minute. They are barely putting together a script, if at all, and they are just spouting at the camera. And it's no wonder that that content, with that level of effort that's gone into it, doesn't get them leads and doesn't get them customers or clients for their business. So if there's nothing else that you take away from this video, it's that you should be preparing in advance how you're going to get clients from that content. So the second thing that I want to touch on is clarity. And what I mean when I say clarity is if the words that you are using go over the heads of your potential customers and clients, then they have been useless. So one thing that we typically tend to do as business owners is get into the weeds of the technical jargon that relates to the work that we do. You know, when we get into running a business, we're usually masters of our craft, right? If you are a fitness coach, then you probably know absolutely everything about the human anatomy, you know everything about nutrition, you know all of the jargon and the technical language that your potential clients probably don't understand. Now, when you overuse that technical jargon, you lose the person that you're ultimately trying to speak to because they don't understand what you're saying. So when you're making your content and you want to create clarity in the content that you're creating, you need to think science, speak client, okay? Use the language that they would typically use and they would understand so that your message really resonates and lands with them. That is really, really crucial. The third thing is conviction. So speaking with conviction, a massive mistake that you can make in your content is not backing what you're saying. And if there is a sense or a feeling from the viewer of your content that you don't truly believe what you're saying, well, then how are they going to trust you if you don't trust yourself? Okay, so when you speak, you have to speak with a level of conviction. You don't have to caveat everything. You don't have to, try and scramble around and justify what you're saying by saying, well, look, this might not be the case and technically, and no, you lose people. If you want to make a point land, speak with conviction, make it black and white. Even if it isn't black and white, this is the game of content and this is the game of getting clients with your content. Now we've got confidence. And confidence is the most difficult thing to acquire when it comes to content creation because ultimately it comes with a few things. It comes with time under tension. So actually spending hundreds, if not thousands of hours creating content is going to give you confidence in your delivery, in the way that you deliver your message. And it's repetitions. How many times have you turned the camera on, hit record, and got your point across to the viewer? The more that you can do that, the more you will have confidence in your delivery. And again, the more your potential customers and clients will see you as an authority and buy your shit, which is ultimately what we're trying to do with content, right? So Confidence is one of those things that typically takes longer to acquire, but I do have a bit of a hack for you if you are struggling to portray yourself with confidence on camera. And this hack is, do it even if you're not going to post it. So the big mistake or the big problem that I see online business owners like coaches and consultants run into when they get into content creation is they attempt to make videos for the first time, or they're getting into this game like I'm going to start YouTube. So they attempt, and when they hit record, they stutter, they mumble their words, they struggle to get their point across with brevity and with clarity, and they just sack it in and they say, I'm not confident. This isn't good. This isn't going to come across the way that I want it to come across. And so they quit in that moment. But what would be much more useful is if every single day, irrespective of whether or not you're going to post the content, you hit record and you edit anyway. Because what you're doing in the process of hitting record and editing those videos is you are building the repetition and the time under tension, which then leads into the confidence in the future. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make here is, even if you don't end up posting these videos, you should still be recording every single day to build time under tension. Okay, it's really, really key. And then the final thing that I want you to think about when you're making your videos is this actually valuable? Are there actually points in this video that my ideal customers and clients can go away and action and achieve a transformation? Because one of the things that we want to steer clear from is holding our cards close to our chest and trying to reserve all of the quote unquote value for your paying customers and clients. There are so many people in your niche, in your market, creating content for your potential clients. And he who provides the most value and shows the most proof and speaks with the most conviction and the most clarity and the most confidence is going to win. So do not hold your cards close to your chest, and make sure that when you're putting videos out into the market, that actually they serve a purpose and they help your potential customers and clients achieve an incredible transformation of some description. And that is it. So prior preparation is super key. Making sure that you speak with clarity, not overly using technical jargon and words that your potential clients don't understand. Speaking with confidence, okay, by getting repetitions in, getting time under tension, making sure that there's value in those videos, and having a level of conviction, backing what you say. If you can get those things right, you will get clients with your content. By the way, if you are an online coach or a consultant, I have a free course linked in the description. There's 20 high impact trainings. It's all in my school community. No credit card required. I'll see you on the inside. Peace and love.